Hi all, Krista here. So I'm gonna make some crock pot lasagna. I have taken this recipe, I sort of took a few things of my own from my own recipe that I used to make, which I never counted. I just made it how I wanted to. And I've taken a Weight Watcher, not crock pot, but Instapot recipe. I have an Instapot, but I don't have the inserts and all that, so I don't want to do that. Instead, I'm just going to make it in my crock pot because I know how that works. I know my crock pot well and how it makes lasagna. So I kind of put the two together, and I'm going to sort of do my own thing here. And hopefully it'll work out. I'm sure it will because, believe it or not, crock pot lasagna is really easy and yummy. It just takes a little time to put it together, and then you just plug it in and you're good to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make some 0-point sauce. There's a lot of skinny sauce out there that you can make a great big crock pot and freeze it and all that. I don't really have time for that, and I saw this on another video, so I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. So because I had the ingredients here, so this is kind of perfect. By the way, while I'm thinking of it, I made banana bread in the last segment. Yeah, they came out looking delicious. Look at it. So I'm gonna have a half of one of these for 1 point with some coffee after I'm done putting all this crock pot dinner together. So anyway, all right, let's kind of get you down here and get started. Okay, so first let's make our sauce. So you take a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. This happens to have basil in it, so it's already got some salt and a little bit of flavor in it. So I'm not going to add any salt to this, but I'm just going to add this. And then I'm going to add a whole bunch of spices to it. And here I already have it all measured out. I have a tablespoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of thyme. These are all dried that I have. 1 tablespoon of parsley, and 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of black pepper. So I'm going to put all of those in there. Plus we want a tablespoon of garlic. I have this squeezable garlic. I'm just going to use this. Put a tablespoon of that in there. Let's mix all this together. And this will be our sauce. It smells really good. Yum. Okay, so over here I thawed out some frozen spinach. I don't know, this looks like maybe maybe 3/4 of a cup or so. I just try to get some of the water off of it. So there's that. I like spinach in mine, so this will be good for me. And then to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese. You can use ricotta if you'd rather, but this is lower in points, and I had this in my refrigerator. So I'm all about using what I got in my fridge. So actually, before I do that, use this first. It also calls for 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. I'm going to use the fat-free mozzarella cheese because I'm trying to keep the smart points down, or I should say the Weight Watcher points down on glue. So I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup, and then I'll put 1/4 of a cup on the top of it at the end there. That's about 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to put this right in with my spinach, and then I'm going to do 1 cup of my cottage cheese. Let's measure this out. Oh, I had exactly 1 cup. Yay! I'm just happy I didn't have to buy nothing. You know, I already had all this stuff in my cupboard, so. Alright, so we got a full cup of that. So let's mix this up. Got my scale here because I was measuring out my lasagna noodles. See, okay. All right. So, as for the turkey meat, you're going to use the turkey breast, ground turkey breast. It calls for 1 pound. I always like to cook mine first. Sometimes people don't. They don't cook it and they put it in their crock pot, cook it. I don't like that. I actually have a half a pound here I had frozen that I already cooked up. It's already cooked. It's got salt and pepper added to it already. I'm going to use this. It'll be fine. I know it's not a full pound, but it'll be fine. So I'm going to put this right in my sauce. Mix that around. And then I'll, and I don't feel like I need to really warm it up because it's going to get all warmed up in there. I mean, it's already cooked, so I'm not worried about it. Now, I did this recipe with 8 lasagna noodles, which I just have the regular. These are Meyer lasagna noodles. Here they are here. I'm going to break them up and put them in my crock pot. Let's put this here. So I've already sprayed my crock pot, so I've sprayed it all so it doesn't stick too much. Then you want to put some of your sauce on the bottom, because it helps it from sticking as well. I'm going to try to make 3 layers. So here we go. This is what I usually do. They kind of fit in this way. So I can do about like 2 1/2. You can see how I have them lined up in there. I think I have a way to get my camera to look down into this. I could try. Let's see if we can figure something out here for you. Well, it's still kind of not really down in there, but you can see a little better. So there's that, and then I'm going to put 1/3 of this deliciousness on there. And I'm just placing this right on top of the noodles. Okay. Let's move this over here. It's the only bad thing about that meat. Some of it's still just a couple of big chunks there. better. All right, so let's put some of this on top. All right, and let's do a couple more. This time I'm gonna line them up this way. Like so. Put more of this delicious cream cheese, not cream cheese, cottage cheese and spinach and mozzarella mix. In the recipe that I always make for parties and stuff, I do it for a lot of potlucks, so people really like it. They're used to eating it. Is I make it with Alfredo sauce, and that's what kind of melts right into the noodles, and that's why you don't have to buy the noodles that are already cooked. You know, you don't have to already cook them, or you don't have to purchase the bake ones or whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called, but anyway. All right, so let's do this. Boy, we might not even have to put 8 in there. All right. We still have 2 left. So see that I could do it with 6. I was afraid I couldn't do it with 6. All right, well that makes it even better. This whole thing is going to be 4 points per serving. So what that comes down to is 6 servings. So these are going to be pretty healthy servings, which is great. And I'm just going to cut it the best that I can when it's done into 6 servings. And this is something that my family really enjoys, including my little one. So there's that. Let's get the rest of this sauce in here. And because there's quite a bit of sauce, that will help cook those noodles and meld all of those flavors. Plus, of course, you got meat in there for your meat and the cottage cheese and everything, all for your protein. So this is going to be really yummy. And then we still need 1/4 cup for the top. This looks like about 1/4 cup to me. That's what I love about this fat-free cheese. You can just kind of go with it. And then I'm going to top it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Not enough to really count. Ooh. Messy, messy, messy. There we go. Doesn't that look good? All right, and I'm going to put this on high. Now my crock pot cooks kind of hot, but I've gotten used to it, and so I know how this baby works. I'm going to put it on high for about 3 hours, and it should be all cooked. 3 to 3.5, and it'll be all crusty and yummy. So I'll take a picture of that when it's done, or I'll come back and do a video here at the end for you. Okay? So 4 points per serving. Yeah, 4 points per serving with 6 servings. Yay. All right, have a good one. Bye. Hi y'all, it's Krista's here. I'm gonna make some banana bread. Look like a really good recipe, and it makes 4 little ones, and each one of these is only 2 smart points. So it's a healthy one. It's a healthy banana bread, but we're gonna see how it goes. So it calls for 4 bananas, ripe bananas. Actually have 3.5, so but a couple of them are really big, so it should be fine. So that's 1. And they said to use a mixer because it makes it more fluffy, and it just, I don't know, I guess makes it better, so that's what we're gonna do. For the whole recipe, not just for the bananas, but this one isn't as ripe, but it'll work. There we go. So let's get these taken care of. So that's 4 bananas. It calls for 4 eggs. I'm glad I bought extra eggs this week because seems like I've been using a lot. 1, 2, 4. By the way, I have my oven heating to 350 right now. Alright, so let's see, what other wet ingredients do we need? I like mine a little sweet, so I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of monk fruit sugar. One of those. And then I'm going to put in my vanilla, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to use up the rest of this little one. I think I have a little bit left in here. 1. 2. Alright, let's give this a good mix. Oops, let's get rid of this. Should put all this over here. Woo! Making a mess. So I'll put all my trash on here. Piece of banana. Alright. Let's get this rolling. Alright. Next we need 1 cup of quick oats, quick cooking oats, not the old-fashioned oats I usually use. So that's what's different about this one anyway, about this recipe. There we go. 1 cup of oats. And there we go. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. doing a lot of cooking, so I got a bunch of dirty stuff right now. All right, baking powder, 2 teaspoons of this, 1, 2, and then we want a teaspoon of cinnamon. So here's my cinnamon. And it calls for a half of a teaspoon of nutmeg. So I have a half a teaspoon. Sometimes I don't use nutmeg, so I'm not sure that I like it, so I'm going to use a little less than that. I'm going to use closer to like a quarter of a teaspoon, 'cause I don't know that I like all that clove that's in there. Oops. All right. We got our monk fruit, our vanilla, so this is everything. So let me just stir this up really quick. We don't want to overmix it, so I made it a point to say not to overmix it, so I'm gonna be a little careful. Use my spatula here. Make sure we got all that cinnamon incorporated. All right, so let's spray these little guys. Olive oil spray here. And my oven's ready. I'm glad, because I'm feeling like I want something kind of sweet. So, alright. Bananas, quick oatmeal, eggs, baking powder, cinnamon, nutmeg, monk fruit, and vanilla. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Alright, looks yummy. Can you see? There we go. Alright, let's get these guys in there. Okay, we're going to cook those for about 30 to 35 minutes for on 350, and I'll take a picture and show you what they look like. So you can cut it in half and have half of it for 1 smart point or 1 point on blue, or you could have a whole loaf for 2 points. So pretty good. All right, have a great day. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot some chocolate chips. So I'm gonna put 10 on each one. So I pulled them back out. So they were only in there for a couple seconds. So I'm gonna put like 10 chips on each one. Can't believe I forgot that. I like chocolate chips on everything, so, and these are 0 points for 10 like this, so. Okay. push them down a little bit. I don't want them to roll off. All right, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 30 to 35 minutes, so I'm going to put it on 30 minutes and we'll see how it goes. We'll check them then. All right, see ya.